You heard the house tour in this bitch, boy. What is going on, YouTube? What it is, dog? Alright, guys, I want to do a little house tour slash story time, but actually before the house tour, let's go run some errands quickly, and we'll do a story time along the way, because I want to explain about this channel, show you guys what I'm about, what's gonna happen, what I'm posting. So let's get into it. That looks horrendous. Cheers, boys. Yuck. Oh, that has a taste to it. Ugh. Yuck. Ugh. Feeling all energized. Alright, let's get into the house tour. Okay, it's not gonna be much of a house tour, but it's a bit dirty, but it is what it is. This is what you get, mate. Look at this. This is the house, mate. My favorite part of the house is outside, because I've been working on this outside area for a long time. So originally there was no concrete, no plants, literally no shed, nothing. That was just all grass. So I've extended the concrete out, put a shed, did my own landscaping. Never done landscaping before, but put all the trees there, as you can see. And then my favorite part is this little contraption that I've made in the last couple weekends. So we've dug all this up. This was all grass, put rock, put a nice fire pit, and started decorating the house, you know. It's pretty cool, man. You come out here, a few drinks, we DJ, do that on a Saturday, you know, just relax around the fire, play some good music, fuck around with the boys. That's yeah, that's my favorite side of the house at the moment. But these trees, when I planted them, they're literally underneath that, so it's pretty cool to see. Okay, guys, alright, let's get into it. This channel, okay, that was a terrible house tour. I'll do a proper one later on, but right now, what I want to explain is what I'm going to be doing with this channel, where I'm going to be going with it, and the big thing is I just want to record my life, and just record everything that goes on, because you forget. And you know, when you're older and you look back at videos of when your parents on a camcorder, it's so crazy to see, you know. So I've got myself a camcorder, literally. I'm in 2024. Camcorders aren't the wave anymore. Everyone's got iPhones, and life is one of the most craziest concepts ever, especially now in this generation. Like, everything's changed. You gotta think 30 years ago there was no such thing as a phone. Now no one can live without their phone. Everyone's glued to it. Everyone's got social anxiety. No one knows how to talk. No one knows how to go out and make friends. The world is honestly crazy, and growing up with it, it's been really hard to you know, navigate through life and work out what's going on. And you know, you look back at your parents, but they're old school. They got old school views on everything. They tell you buy a house, you know, just that's all you have to do, buy a house and work to pay it off. They were buying houses for 130 grand. Our house is now minimum. Just for an apartment is 500 grand. Then you want to get a house, you're looking at 600, 650 minimum, even for a shit box. You know, it's crazy. The government set up the world so you can't buy a house, and the future is going to be so bad. Everyone's going to be renting. I got lucky. I did buy this house before the COVID spike, before all this inflation happened. But I put in the hard yards and I did a lot of work. I worked very hard for the first 2 years, and put a deposit down straight away. Moved into the house and I built it as well. So I got lucky with the spike, and now obviously inflation's gone up, so my house has gone up with it. So it worked out good. It worked out very good. But I put in a lot of hard work. That's all I knew. I thought, you know, 19, going into work, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get a house and just work my ass off, which I did. I did do that. And then when I was 22, going on to 23, when I was already in the house, I wanted to buy another house because all I wanted to do was invest and make a portfolio and just work my way up and just become a millionaire by the time I'm 25. That was the whole plan. Until my sisters and mum literally said, you got problems, you need to enjoy life, go out and see the world. So they made me book a trip to Europe, which I did. Solo trip, hostels, so you're sleeping in the room, same people, bunk beds, and for someone who is such an individual, I cannot comprehend doing that. And I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. I'd rather just make money. Why would I spend money on a holiday? But I went, so story time of that goes on forever and ever, but I'll just cut it short. Best time of my life, changed my whole motive on life, gave me a purpose, literally showed me that there's a world out there. It's not what we live in at home in this little spot, and there's so many friends, cultures, things to learn. Like it was the biggest eye-opener I've ever had in my life. And I ended up traveling for, I think, 7 weeks all up. So it wasn't too long, but it was a big trip considering it was my first time. And we're in Australia, so to get to Europe takes 30 hours on a plane. Nightmares. But I'll get into the full story with that trip on another video. I just want to kind of explain everything quickly. Then I came back from that trip, absolutely fell in love with traveling, was the best time of my life, and I was like, how do I do this again and again and again? Saved up a bit of money, and 8 months later, no, sorry, it was 10 months later, I set out with my cousin JJ, and we went for Europe. We went to Europe. We're going to do 3 months together, start with a Kentucky and work our way through it after that. After the Kentucky, which was 16 days, my cousin ended up leaving to go back home because he was a bit homesick. So then I was by myself 2 months, which I then travelled with 2 girls that I met on the first trip and had the time of my life. And that second trip really killed me because it was like, okay, I don't care about owning a house. I don't care about all money. I don't care about anything like that. All I care about is going, meeting people, exploring the world, and just having the time of my life. Like literally, I was having more fun getting lost in the middle of like nowhere at 2 a.m. in the morning with nowhere to get home, no flight, no data, and I'd be way more happier than when I am at home working a 9 to 5 to paying this house off. Like interest rates have gone from 2% to 6%, 6.6%. So people are literally paying triple for their houses, and that's this bad part with the house. Yeah, I copped the spike where I got the money, the house for cheap, but I was paying only 2% interest on the house. Now I'm paying 6.6, which is, it's impossible. It's impossible to do that, and I don't know how people expect you to live. Like, it's $700 a week just to live here. Like, think about that for a second. And I'm like, to me, that's not life. I can't comprehend that. I want to put renters in here, go travel, and just travel. You know, I'm 25 now. Sorry, I'm 24, turning 25. But time goes so quick, and time's my biggest thing in life. And in 5 years, I'm going to be 30, and you know, you can't really be. You can be traveling and all that, but it's not the same when you're young, clueless of the world. You can go for a 3-day bender and you'll be fine the next day. You can party till 7 a.m. and get on a bus at 7:30 to keep going to your next spot. Like, you can do that when you're young. I feel like when you're older, your body starts catching up, and it's not as fun, you know, especially when you're young. Everything's just, it's crazy. But time's massive, so that really does me in. So I need to get a tripod for this, I'm sorry, but first video, relax. So that brings me back to where I'm going to now and where I'm heading. I'm not selling the house, I'm gonna rent the house out, pack all my stuff up, get my Maltese passport and move to Malta. So I'm gonna be moving from Australia to Malta in February next year, which is one of the craziest things, because it's like, I'm packing up, I'm leaving. I'm just so done here. It's not that I'm so done, it's, to me, there's more to life than just living in a house for the next 30 years to pay it off. go to work, come home. That's it. For me, that's not something I want to do in life. I want to be free. True freedom. Like, people say they want freedom, and it's like, yeah, I have freedom in my house, but you don't. The government owns your house. You know, you don't have freedom. The only time I truly feel like I have freedom is when I'm out with a backpack. I can sleep anywhere. I can work my way across the world and literally have no one telling me what to do, and I pick what I want to do. But yeah, so I'm going to move to Malta in February, pack my stuff up, say goodbye to everyone and leave. With no intentions on when I'm coming back. Seriously, I don't want any intention. I'm just so sick of working. I don't want to wake up to an alarm and bosses and get told what to do and do the same thing every day. And to me, I don't know, there's more to life than that. And I want to explain that, and I want to get more into depth with all of that. My dad did pass when I was 19, which was 5 years ago. And that's obviously one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with and still dealing with today. So yeah, obviously with my dad passing, that's kind of where this whole idea of this camera and just talking into it, because there's so many questions I want to ask him, and there's so many things about life that I just want to know, and I can't. I'm never gonna know. I'm never gonna find out. I can't talk to him. I can't get his perspective on life. And your parents are who really direct you through life and tell you what to do. So I never had that. So I kind of wanted to do this. So for the kids that don't have parents, or anyone that just wants to get advice, or not that I know what I'm talking about, I'm 24 years old, but I want to bring you guys with me and just show you what I'm doing in life, and showing you that you don't have to listen to a boss. You don't have to do what everybody tells you to do. You can pack your bag up, drive 30 minutes to the airport, get on a plane and never come back. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to show, and that's what I want to do. And I just want to take you guys with me. I want to make the most out of this, and I really want to capture myself as a 24-year-old who doesn't know what he's doing, and traveling the world and just making the most out of life. Because one day I'm going to be 40. I'm going to look back and say, fuck, remember when you didn't know? Remember when you didn't have it figured out and you didn't have the job? Like, I want to, man, it's crazy. Life's crazy and time's crazy. So with that, let's get 100% straight into this. February I'm going to be moving to Malta, which is a while away. So while I'm waiting for that, in a couple months I'm going to go to Thailand with my cousin. We're going to go there, we're going to train Muay Thai, live there for 2 months, and then go traveling backpacking through the whole of Asia after that. So you guys will be coming along. That's going to be the first trip, and I cannot wait. And then straight after that, I'll be pretty much going off to Malta. So we are in for a big ride, and I cannot wait to start this journey. Let's get into it. 8 night, let's fuck it.